What's going on, guys? So it's been a day or two since I did a camo test video. I have just been really busy and quite honestly didn't have anything really new to show you for the most part. However, today we get to do one finally. So this pattern is the DEPSOC mission pattern. Right now, to my knowledge, the only place you can get this is going to be through my buddy over at 0241 Tactical. I think he's kind of got an exclusive on it right now, but I know you can get his pullover tops, his smock lights, the zip up ones. You can get the net gaiters, you can get beanies, and then of course clothing, the uniform top and bottom. Now we'll get into some of the details of the uniform itself because there's some things there that we need to touch on and point out. But for the first part here, we're just going to go out and try it out in the swamp a little bit and see how it does. Up front, this is going to be a two-part video. There will be a secondary video, or we'll do a follow-up on this at my other location for two reasons. A little bit different terrain. B, a little bit different weather. Today it is really overcast and cloudy. It's just got everything grayed out. There's not a lot of shadows or anything like that. So gray, overcast, non-shadowy day in the swamp versus the next one I do, I'm hoping it'll be a nice bright sunny day and we can see a little bit of different contrast and how it works in not only varying terrains but varying weather conditions too, because believe it or not, that sun and clouds and light all play a role in how well something does or doesn't work. Also keep in mind, I'm just using a simple little camera to record this, not a multi-thousand-dollar expensive camera that I can adjust and play with all the lighting settings and contrast settings and brightness settings and all that stuff. It's very rudimentary. It's going to auto adjust for a lot of things. There's nothing I can do about that. Just keep that in mind. And keep that in mind anytime you're watching a video, okay? Not just of mine, but anybody's. So, that said, I'm going to try to back up a little bit here so you can kind of get a better view of the pattern itself. It's really a unique, interesting pattern that makes use of both some macro and micro shapes and coloration. Like you've got some really big sections and then some really small sections. It's really unique. I found it quite interesting so far in my playing with it. As for gear and stuff to go with it, honestly, what I found to be the best is just plain coyote gear. Coyote gear is going to actually, if you get out and use it, it's going to darken and dirty up and look real similar to this. Believe it or not, it's a thing. So there's that. But anyway, enough rambling from me. We're going to go out here and check it out, and then when we get done, we'll go inside and go over some of the specs on the uniform itself. So let's go get started. Alright guys, so just a little bit outside there for you to see. Now we're back inside where we can get properly caffeinated, because it's been a couple hours since I had any, and that's a dangerous thing. So hang on. Alright, that's better. Invader Coffee to the rescue. Shameless plug. Alright, so let's start at the top, literally, and work our way down. These are made for 241 Tactical by UR Tactical Ops Gear. You can see that. There it is. There's the label. This is the boonie hat. It's a boonie hat. Not a whole lot to say. Little Velcro up top, little Velcro in the back. It does have adjustable shock cord, so you can size it. They do come in sizes, you know, like medium, large, etc. But this allows you to kind of tailor it to your head. You got your typical foliage loops around it, chin strap. Interesting in that they've only got a couple little sewn vent holes in there, not traditional metal vents like what we're used to in America-made boonie hats. But nonetheless, it does what a boonie hat's supposed to do. It's nice and floppy and comfy and keeps the sun off your head and helps break up your overall shape and outline a little bit. Good to go. Does what it's supposed to. So, stepping up next to the top, you've got, believe it or not, a traditional button front closure. My preference most of the time. Velcro for name, insignia, etc. on the top. You've got two chest pockets. I'm trying to do this. Ah, there we are. Two chest pockets, one on each side. What's cool about the chest pockets is you've got traditional Velcro flap, and you've got a nice large pocket actually. You've got a pin slot, but then there's also this side zipper pocket that is quite large as well and goes into the same pocket. So that same pocket, what's nice about that is it allows you to get things in the pocket. If you're wearing a chest rig, you can actually reach in there under it and get things out. So you've got two different directions you can go depending. Same exact arrangement on the other side, minus the pin slot. On the shoulders, you have two shoulder pockets, Velcro closure, typical shoulder pockets, what you'd expect. Nothing overly crazy there. Under the arms right here in the armpit area, you've got this little gusseted area on the back side that's kind of a stretchy tweave type material. Does a good job of adding a little strength and abrasion resistance there, but also breathes a little bit, which is always a good thing. Coming down the sleeve here, you've got some 500 denier, or what feels like 500 denier Cordura reinforcement area on the elbows. The cuff is a simple Velcro adjustment, and it is cut so that it's longer on the back side, which would typically come over the top of your hand. Other sleeves the same way. Now, these are cut on the inside so that you can get optional elbow pads that slide inside the sleeve. Get the right words out. Inside the sleeve and give you a little bit of elbow protection. They're not overly like squishy and cushiony. They're fairly stiff pads, but it would definitely keep you from hurting your elbow if you went down on a sharp rock or something along those lines, if that's a thing in your area. Not a whole lot of rocks in my area. One thing I failed to go over, the collar. It's kind of your traditional, preacher collar that wraps around and has got Velcro closure. I typically don't use them, but if that's a thing for you, there it is. Very nice long cut. It actually fits really well. I'm a fan. I like it. Moving down to the pants. This is going to be hard to do sitting here at the table, but I'll try to show you as best I can. So, starting up front, you've got a button and zipper, standard equipment. Good size belt loops. You've got some elastic in the waist on each side. You've got really deep front hand pockets that have got the little flat cut at the bottom right here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not. You've got 2 rear pockets, typical Velcro flap. These are really big and roomy. I mean, they go pretty doggone far down in there, and as far as I can spread my hand out. You got 2 of those, 1 on each side, etc., etc. Moving down, here's where we start getting into some of the cool features, right? So you've got your leg pockets. You've got a traditional flat pocket that's really big, bellowed, etc. Trying to show you how much room you got. You've got a zippered pocket just above it. The zipper pocket goes down behind it, probably 3/4 of the way down length of this, so not quite the same size, but about 3/4 of the way down. And there's also a much smaller tiny pocket inside the zippered pocket. I haven't quite figured out what you'd put in there, but it's there. So you've got 2 pockets on the leg, zipper pocket and the regular bellow pocket. In the knee area, you've got reinforced area with just regular material on here, but it is double layered. It feels, no, it's triple layered. You've got some more of that tweed material around the knee area for it to breathe a little bit and reinforce it some. And then around the ankles, you've got drawstring ties if you want to use them. There you go. Again, these have got the pockets inside the legs that you can put the knee pockets in. I mean, knee pockets. You can put the knee pads in the knee pockets should that be a thing that you desire. Don't have to. It's optional. That's about it. So, couple of things. These are more of a, I guess what you'd call more like the European cut fit, as far as it's got a little bit lower waistline to it than like what traditional American pants are. I normally get away with wearing either a large long or an extra large regular in US sizing. Just depends on the brand and what I'm wanting. I like mine to be a little bit looser in BDUs versus the tighter side. I've got some friends that like the more snug streamlined fit. Those are cut more of the leaning towards the streamlined side. They're not like super tight or anything, but it does take a little getting used to with that lower waistline, because I keep wanting to hike them up to where my normal waistline's at on US stuff, and when you go to hike them up like that, it's nailing you in the crotch, so you got to get used to them riding a little lower. If I were going to get some more of these, I would probably get a extra large regular in the pants, just to give me a little bit more room and not be quite so streamlined on the fit. But the top will be fine. I could get away with probably a large regular, large long, or extra large regular, any of the 3. The large long fits just fine. Obviously, as you can see, you can wear it out or you can tuck it in, because there's no pockets or anything on the bottom, which, you know, that's fine. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I know this was just a little brief overview of the actual clothing, and I wanted to show you all a little bit out there in the swamp with our, you know, overcast weather and stuff today. I'm gonna do a follow-up video, hopefully a little bit longer, and I can get into some broader areas of terrain, including some distance stuff. I wanna let y'all see what it kind of looks like at a distance, because one of the things that it is supposed to be really good at is continuing to break up your silhouette further away and not turn you into a large blob that some, not all, but some patterns can tend to do. So for now, that's just to wet your whistle a little bit on the DEPSOC mission from 0241 Tactical. Secondary video will be coming. I will get to it just as quick as I can. And in addition to that, we'll have another treat for you related to that with those. So, you guys take care, and I will see you in another one.